Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a whoopsie. Today I am going to do a movie review of Mary Queen of Scots, starred by Saoirse Ronan, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, and Margot Robbie. Um, this movie is about Mary Queen of Scots and Elizabeth Tudor, and their fight to keep and or claim the English throne. This movie is beautiful, brilliant, amazing. I love it. I love it. I love this movie so damn much. I love this movie a lot. I love the characters. I love the scenes. I love the music is spectacular. I love it. I love it. But just because I love it does not mean that there aren't any problems. There's a few. One's a little major, and the other few are nitpicks at best. The one major problem it has is pacing. Now, I didn't really realize the pacing problems until someone in a in a YouTube comment on one of the trailers, I think, said that that it was paced weirdly, and to that I partially agree. It's not until towards the act that third act the third part of the movie that the pacing becomes faster, and it kind of comparing it to its mediumly slow first and second half. Sorry. It kind of does a thing where, like, you know, a scale. The scale, this is the third act, this is the first and the second, and it kind of just like tilts out a little. The first and second part are really good. The third is not so fast, but it kind of just like swoops and pulls the rug from under you and kind of gives you like a whiplash. And I guess I am exaggerating a tiny bit because it's actually not that bad. But the scene that I look back on it, and I think I even said something about it to the person I saw it within the movie theaters. I said now the scene was I believe it was after Darnley. Oh, this is a spoiler a little bit. This is where after I believe Darnley dies. After he dies, James, who was like a newborn like 60 seconds ago is now like 3, and there's no actual like time jump to that. No, like the the words at the bottom telling you how many years passed. Maybe that there is, and I just don't remember it, and I didn't see it in the movie theaters. I don't know, but but it and after that scene, it does feel a little bit more like quick. Um, except for when we get to the famous and infamous scene, which did not actually happen, with Elizabeth and Mary meeting for the first time. Either people love that scene like I do, or they freaking hate that scene. And actually, a lot of people who've I've seen in a tutor's group I'm in said that the movie is like slow and boring, and to me didn't actually seem that bad. But I digress, and I forgot my point. Yeah, the pacing. This is why I need a script. The pacing. There were problems, and I think that with a little bit more content, it would have been better. Content like actually seeing the reason why Elizabeth condemned Mary to an execution. I think that would have been better than just jump cutting to Mary on the day that she died. The morning, I believe, that she died. Yeah. Some things that I love about this movie: the acting. The acting is amazing. I love Saoirse. Could someone please help me out in the comment on how to say that? With Saoirse and Margot. They needed those Oscars for their roles, and I was upset when they got snubbed. I was so upset, and I tell you why. Their embodiment of the character is so unseen for me. I mean, like, we all saw vulnerable Elizabeth in like Rain, the TV show Rain, and the Kate Blanchett movies, and even a little bit in the Tudors show. Just like a tiny bit. She was a child, but we've never actually, except for Rain, we've never actually seen Mary kind of go to someone who is not in her court. And when she meets Elizabeth for the first time to ask for sanctuary, she kind of got a little bit more vulnerable, where in other scenes she's a lot more more hot-headed, more passionate, more not strict, more sure of herself. And both actresses put their characters' tactics to work, not only in that scene, but in other scenes as well. Margot with the smallpox makeup, it is so disgusting. I love it. She works through it like it was like another character, but on her, she kind of just like she doesn't. She acts through it like it was real, and you can sense like, yeah, obviously, because they have to, but Margot acts it in a way that it's not just latex and makeup. She acts like she's actually like with like she actually has it. And the scene, and this is a spoiler, and this is my favorite scene ever. The scene where she runs to not to Donnelly, to Dudley, and she collapses. That is like the first time that I've seen vulnerability with Elizabeth with smallpox, because from my memory, I haven't seen the Kate Blanchett movies in like a long time. So maybe she did have that. Maybe they did put that in the movie, and I just don't remember. But with that makeup and with the vulnerability, it is amazing. It's just amazing to deconstruct, and it's great. David Tennant, he played John Knox, a Protestant, a extreme Protestant preacher who hates women, especially women in power. And I actually did not know that David Tennant was Scottish, and the costume is so heavy on him that actually I forgot it was even David Tennant. because I've actually never seen him in a role where he actually used his own accent. Partially in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and I've never actually seen an episode of a Doctor Who. But if he does do the accent in the Doctor Who show, please send me links, because I love his voice. And so yeah, I forgot that he was even in the movie, and as I was watching it, I was like, where is he? Where is David Tennant? Like, and I was looking at him the whole time. Yeah, silly me. So yeah, I love him in that role. The guy who plays James Stewart, there's something about what his character does, and I don't know if this is historically correct. To be truth be told, I don't give a crap about the historical intricacies. I just care that they tell a good story, and they are faithful to Elizabeth and Mary. That's just me. Yeah. The actor who plays James, he's something of a kind, because throughout the whole movie, and maybe this was even just like a character flop with the plotting of the characters, but throughout the whole movie, I was just like, whose side are you on? And I really couldn't tell if he was actually for his sister and for Scotland, or for Protestants in Scotland. And even though as I say that there's an obvious answer, but the characterization never really gave that a clear thing, except for the scene where he yells at Mary, and she responds with my favorite line ever, and it is amazing. If you guys saw the movie, you know what I am talking about. I'll try to find a clip, and if you can't, and if I can't, it's somewhere on YouTube, or you could just buy the or rent the DVD. Yeah, the scene. Yeah. So, a few problems that I have besides pacing. I don't know if I already said this. I'm sorry. I did this video like 3 times already, so I forget if I even said this already in this video. The ending. The ending was a little bit a miss for me. It was disappointing, and that's because for what everything that we don't know about the execution itself, we know it did not take just one cut on her head. took like 3 or 6 tries, and I wish that that had been a part of it, but maybe it wasn't because of the risk of an NC 17 rating. But even if we couldn't have gotten that, I wish that we had gotten Elizabeth's reaction to Mary's death afterwards. After the axe is blown, and after the final cut of the head, I wish that we had seen Elizabeth's reaction. I say this because we don't, and because historically we actually, at least from what I understand, we don't actually know what her reaction was. If that is actually false, guys, please let me know so I am more aware. But from what I understood, we don't actually know what her reaction was, so any reaction coming out of Margot would have been fantastic, but the lack of one kind of leaves for more to be desired. Besides the pacing and the ending. Besides the pacing and the ending, and the title of the movie itself, I really have no other qualms with it. I do, however, love that there are POC actors in this, and if I have already said this, I'm sorry. I love that there are POC actors in this movie, even though it is not historically accurate. Historical fiction is not meant to be 100% accurate, and this is what this movie was. A historical fiction timepiece drama. This is what that movie was, and you can complain and rant and boast that this was the worst movie ever, but it really wasn't, at least not for me, and different folks with different strokes with different folks, I think the phrase goes. Yeah, so I love this movie. I give it an A minus, and maybe, just maybe, I will do a whole series review of Rain, but we'll see. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Comment down below, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I will see you guys later.